Okay, good morning. Now, I just signed up for this course at SATE, which I'll be taking next month. It's a Photoshop course, and it's going to lead to getting this graphic designing certificate, which I will probably be able to get in about 2 to 3 years. Who knows? Depends on the pace of the course and how often I study for on it. But we'll see what happens, where it takes me. And but I just wanted to talk about something that had me lingering in my mind because I've been told by a family member that after I take the course, I'll be able to get a job with this network, CBC. Now, I have mixed feelings about that because I've been told that by another family member who used to work there that CBC is somewhat of a dysfunctional workplace environment. I didn't believe it at first because my family member has a friend who works for the company, for the network, Canadian Television Network, and maybe he's doing well. And she has a friend that said that his friend could give me a job in there. But I don't know. I have second thoughts about that. So I look at CBC, I look at their reporting, and it's some of it is okay, but other reports are reporting is pretty biased to me. And most of the things they report, oftentimes they get news from, say, other sources, like most of the American news media outlets, like, say, CNN, NBC, CBS, and ABC, and Fox News. I know most of it is Canadians content, but others are from mostly American news outlets. And CBC, I don't know. It's just something about that network that kind of bothers me because I think maybe they don't talk too much about race. Well, they do against the First Nations people. But what about the black race? I have to wonder about that. Now, they're very biased, I would say, even though they did a documentary about black people in Canada. Like, only one documentary about being black in Canada. But they only talk about the most positive things. They never really got into depth or detail as to what black men face in Canada. And I'm at odds with that. Because, it's just got a couple of black men. This Loku guy, he got shot by the police. And I've heard recent report of I think another black guy, I think around the Toronto area, that got killed and shot by the police. So, I gotta tell you right there about the bias reporting. They don't do much reporting about. Maybe it's uncomfortable to them to report about race issues in Canada, or maybe they don't want to report it because they want to give this impression or this idea that Canada is a wonderland for immigrants and for people of color. But it's not so wonderful if you really think about it. So, and they never report anything about that. Just basic news and maybe some sort of gossipy stuff, like these major American news networks. Of course, CTV News is doing the same thing because like CBC News World channel, they have the CBC CTV News channel. So, gotta tell you right there the status of Canadian journalism and where it's going. And where it's going, I don't find that very good. And they say CBCs are dysfunctional. The work environment is dysfunctional. That's what that's what a family member said. But and I would have to now agree with her on that, because if you think about it, their reporting is falling off. No wonder they're not able to get the money they need from the government, and they're cutting jobs like there's no tomorrow. That's a problem with me. You look at a company's record, and the turnover rate is high. A lot of people are quitting or getting their jobs cut. It's surreal. It's got to tell you something right there about a company's status. Where CBC years ago cutting jobs and relying so much of their funding from the government. Doesn't look good. Does not look good. And the report combined with the biased reporting, oftentimes. I mean, the biased reporting that they sometimes, most times they do, doesn't look good. But hey, what do I know about anything? I could be wrong. My perceptions could be wrong. But maybe I'll just give them a try out for work. But hey, that's my take on CBC.